It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're just in time for an incredibly important discussion, certainly from my perspective as a brand new parent. Now, today not only marks the start of Women's Month, but also the start to a very important worldwide awareness week. From the 1st to the 7th of August is World Breastfeeding Week. And the aim is to unite everyone in support of breastfeeding, which is essential for the growth and development of infants. And we're joined this morning by registered dietitian and spokesperson for the Association for Dietetics in South Africa and a guest lecturer at the Stellenbosch Medical School, Lizanne du Plessis. Lizanne, thank you so much for joining us. This is obviously something quite important to me. We've been discussing my kind of love of being a brand new parent and how much I've learned. And breastfeeding is at the core of these initial stages, yes. As a registered dietitian, how long do you recommend that moms keep breastfeeding?
So, Graham, South Africa has adopted the World Health Organization's recommendation on exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of a baby's life. And that means that right after birth, you put the baby to the breast and you give nothing else but breast milk. So no tea, no juice, no water, no nothing else, just breast milk. And from 6 months onwards, mothers can gradually introduce complementary foods, and then they can continue to breastfeed for up to 2 years of age and beyond.
Wow, and I know it's very individual, and I think I'm always kind of wary of just giving one blanket response to every situation, because every mom, every child, every situation is going to be completely different. But I think one thing that all mothers do have to face is going back to work. And I love the fact that this year a big drive is behind working moms. Now, most companies, they offer a mandatory 4-month maternity leave period. But you say that breastfeeding is obviously recommended for much longer than that, 6 months mandatory, up to 2 years. How do working moms then work around this? How do you continue?
Yeah, sure. That is very difficult and challenging. And many mothers don't even initiate breastfeeding because they know that they will have to go back to work. And some mothers stop breastfeeding very early. So there is so much that we can still do, because about a quarter of our babies in South Africa are not breastfed at all. And if you consider the nutritional status of our nation and the health status of our nation, that is of great concern.
We know that some companies are quite progressive in that, and then the most obvious answer to me would be, well, you continue breastfeeding at work if it is possible within your lifestyle set. Are companies getting onto that? Are they supporting moms going back into the workforce?
Some companies are doing amazing work around this and supporting breastfeeding at the workplace. Our own Faculty of Health Sciences at Stellenbosch University have created an enabling space where mothers, working mothers, and also our older students, our more senior students who have babies, where they can express their breast milk and store it safely. So some companies do, but many, many more companies do not even realize the benefits of breastfeeding to their employees and to the health and well-being of the next generation.
There's a health and a massive emotional component to it. Just very quickly, one piece of advice for moms returning to the workplace?
Yeah, I would say that mums would have to speak to their managers before they go on maternity leave, and they negotiate their working conditions when they return from maternity leave. So if at all possible, companies could be flexible around working hours. They could support mothers by providing spaces where they can express, time for expressing, because your Basic Conditions of Employment Act actually says that mothers are entitled to 2 breastfeeding breaks of 30 minutes each in every day until the baby is 6 months old. So companies should actually uphold that law and support mothers.
Moms, put your foot down. We're going to have to leave it there for now, but we're going to continue with this conversation online, certainly. Lizanne, thank you so much for the work that you're doing, and enjoy this week. I know it's a very important week for you and your organisation, but hopefully that's been helpful to moms out there, but most importantly to companies that you need to toe the line as well.